we were annoyed at them that they spoon fed us so much that we had to learn all this ourselves. Maybe they should have made us more.
I can't work under pressure.
Some families pass down heirlooms. This one passed down a love for design. In today's episode, we're joined by the super talented sister duo, Ayesha and Tanya Puri. We're diving into what it's like growing up around design, how it's evolved across generations, and what happens when two strong creative minds come together at the same table. From inspiration and collaboration to a few hilarious sibling moments, this conversation is packed with insight, honesty, and that special kind of magic that happens when passion is part of your DNA. Hi guys,
Hi.
how are we?
Good.
We're good.
Feelings right now, emotions.
Just excited to have this conversation. Peaceful.
I'm excited because you said it's not work related.
Yeah, it's not work related, it's more getting to know each other in a different sense, which is outside of work. We'll have conversations where we talk about work philosophies, interior design philosophies that you guys are attracted towards, that you guys follow, that you guys practice. But the general conversation is more about growth.
Yeah.
Before we dive into the conversation, I want to tell you that I'm very happy that you guys have taken part in this. And this podcast experience in general has been very wholesome for me because I've gotten to know multiple different people, learned about multiple different personalities, multiple different philosophies, multiple different perspectives.
Yeah.
But I'm most excited for this one.
I'm sure that's what you say in everyone.
No pressure.
Because both of you are closest to me in my age.
That's true.
So I'm expecting this conversation to be very young, very fresh, and to add just a bit of humor so that everyone thinks that we've rehearsed it. So let's get in. Let's start with talking about your family. I'm assuming your parents have been in the industry since before you guys were even born.
Yeah, so they actually both started off separately. They were both in college where they met in Academy of Architecture.
Right.
And during that educational period, they started working for firms. So my mom was working for her older brother, who was also an architect, and my father was working for her fees contractor. And so by the time they graduated, they were already associates in their respective firms. So they've been working for maybe 40 plus years now. They set up the firm in 1993. So it's been
At
around
the time when she was born is when they actually set up their firm.
Yeah.
They first had a smaller office in Dadar, and then as time grew, then they moved to a bigger place when they were doing
They had a really tiny like
Really
garage.
tiny.
Then they added one. Then they added one more.
So slowly,
Then they had to
slowly.
move. Then they had to add more to this office.
But they've
It's been a
really
journey.
worked.
Yeah.
They've really worked their way through where they are now.
How was that for you when you were children?
So
Did
for
you-
me, I have memories of like running down that old office staircase and then going and seeing like these models in the office which I could play with.
Yeah.
And it felt very like playful and tactile. It didn't really feel like
Like work.
this was going to be my future or my work or my livelihood. So I think we both enjoyed it. We would go with them to sites. We'd give our opinions on everything.
My
Like,
mom used to actually take us to a lot of sites because my grandparents used to be sometimes busy. And so right after school, she used to pick us up and take us there. And we kind of just used to walk around the site, play there. So kind of became like a more fun thing rather than like, oh, mom's at work or something in that sense.
yeah.
You guys were in CBSE schools, or
I see.
so that means that you had the opportunity to take up creative subjects in
In the
school.
10th grade, 9th and 10th both.
Right. So that kind of
Yeah.
fell into that.
Yeah, but we were not, I mean...
But we didn't do technical drawing or any that such thing. We had like commerce science, and then we had like your third subject, which
computer
is a bit creative.
science and stuff.
Computers, cookery, arts, yoga. So
But I was mated on AutoCAD in the 9th grade.
Yeah, I know this.
just because of our parents, like, you know, we learn it, there's no
Yeah.
having the skill. We actually used to go to office and do our projects there because we could print everything, and somebody's always there to help us cut photos and stick them. So
So you were full on drafting, layouting, and all of these things before you
Yeah,
passed
yeah,
college.
yeah.
Past school, sorry.
Yeah.
Right. But for architecture also, you have to choose your subjects beforehand, because in 11th
Yeah.
and 12th you're required to do sciences to kind of pursue that.
Yeah. So for me, the requirement was more art and math
Right.
at a higher level. So I pursued both of those at a higher level, and
Okay.
then just took it from there. Then physics and structures came in college. So
Understood. Let's talk about India and abroad. Your family has set up base in India. You, as you told me before, Sanjay Puri Architects is majorly working in India.
yeah.
Why did both of you feel that you could better enhance your skills in an international facility of college rather than in India?
So we just thought the main thing was the exposure.
Right.
Because we were getting the option, like she went for her undergrad abroad. I had done my undergrad here in design. And then after that, I had gone for my master's when I was a bit more sure. Because I think Ayesha was sure she wanted to do architecture. So she went to Bath and she pursued that for a good amount of time, worked there. So the exposure came through that. Whereas with me, I did my base study of 4 years here in interior design. And then when I was sure that I really want to do interiors, then I went to pursue it in a bit more final way.
I think
Right.
also in 2012, I mean, the world was not as futuristic as it is now. And I think in terms of the educational facilities offered in colleges abroad versus here, we saw a lot of opportunity in the colleges, what they would offer through their programs abroad. And I think our parents, both having studied here, were of the opinion that we would have got a more holistic or a more
Experience.
different education there, because ultimately we were going to come back and join the practice. So they said, as much as you can learn now, you might as well gain as much of exposure as possible and then sort of bring that back.
No,
And also
it also makes sense that if you guys were, eventually to come back
Yeah.
and learn here,
Yeah.
then you have best of both worlds.
Yeah, that we knew was going to happen. Every summer too, we were working here.
knew
So,
that.
so we were like, as much as we can
that.
get out and,
Right.
learn from abroad.
And we said that we might as well just like, where we have the chance and we can probably be there longer and like explore more things and see how it is. So I think we took that chance and we did it.
For you, since you studied here and there, which one really felt like
There's like a soft spot for there, but here I learned a lot of good foundational conceptual design, no real practicality, nothing. But I understood later you don't learn that in college in design. You learn that at work only. So here was also very conceptual. There was even more conceptual, which I
There
didn't
being,
expect in Parsons, New York.
Yeah.
So that was even more conceptual, very self-guided, very independent. But again, the exposure is kind of what counts, like the way they kind of guide you, the people who are around you, the approach that what the other person is doing and how people navigate on their own. So I think you learn more from that experience than actually technicals and what you do on a day-to-day in an interior.
Right. Were there times when you called mom and dad back up and said thank you, love you, because this, what they're teaching over here, we know some part of it.
We express gratitude for being there.
No, I remember really
No, because for
thanking-
you, CAD
Yeah.
and all of that must have really helped.
No. So, I mean, like she said, it was very self-guided, right?
Very
So you had to learn so much yourself that we're not used to it. As Indian kids, you're taught everything, you're spoon-fed, you're tutored. So to go over there and be told that, tomorrow we need you to learn MicroStation or we need you to
No,
present
really.
this on
Yeah.
Photoshop and InDesign. And I was like, who's going to teach me these softwares? And they were like, go on YouTube and learn. I was
That's
like,
right.
I can't
A lot of
understand.
things are self-learned. Even like your workshop tools and stuff, no one actually teaches you anything. All through college, you learn on your own. You make friends. You kind of like get a hang of things.
So in
with
fact,
people.
we were annoyed at them that they spoon-fed us so much that we had to learn all this ourselves. Maybe they should have made us more.
No, I share that same opinion. I was at St. Martin's. I did product and industrial design, and the course was project based.
Okay.
So they would give you a brief, and then they would let you mull over it,
Your own.
and you're thinking what your end result is going to be. You're working on developing that in the workshops by yourself.
Yeah.
Rendering is happening by
Yeah.
yourself, and
Yeah.
I understand it can get a little.
And in the middle, if you ask, what do you think? What do you think?
Yeah,
It comes back to you.
yeah.
So you have to be very
That's
sure.
right.
Before I quit, I'd call my dad crying. I need help. Give me a 3D person. I'd send all my 3Ds to office over here. They'd touch it up, send it back to
Mine was kind of the reverse way because I didn't give any updates and people are like, what's the project? What are you
Yeah,
working
we
on?
had no idea.
I said, I'll send you my final file because I'm not sure if you want to see it right now. Because I'm not sure if they would, be happy with it seeing it in stages. So when it was final, then they started asking me questions. Oh, what is this? How come? Because I was not, I said, I want to just do it myself and figure it out and then I'll send it to you when I'm done.
Let's talk about when you guys came back and started working at the firm full time. You've been there for 6+ years?
Yeah, 6 years. I joined when I was 25 and I'm 31 now. So 6 years.
And you've been there for
Almost 3
years.
3.5 years.
Right. So I'm fairly young to the firm. It's been about 18-19 months since I've joined.
Yeah.
And I have to ask you if you felt this the same way as I have felt it. So when I joined in, I was younger, full of energy, back to prove myself.
18 months ago.
18 months ago.
So what just happened in that much time?
I feel that there's a word of a difference, but we'll come back to that. So at that time, I felt that I have to prove myself. So I wanted to be very fast with everything. I wanted pace in projects. I wanted systems to be set which were not already there, which I felt were lacking. But then I realized that it was my, I would say,
Naivety.
Your rule system.
yeah, rather than understanding that
needed.
okay, this is the pace at what the firm is already operating.
And
This
they've
is what
been
works for
successful.
them.
Yeah.
Right. This is what works for them.
Yeah, they've been doing it without you.
Yeah.
You
So I have to kind of understand that and then take it from there. Did that happen?
But
with you
Tanya
guys?
also tried changing the whole.
I tried a lot of things. Some of them really worked. They still are working till today. Like multiple different things that I tried to dabble into along with the regular work because I felt again like systems needed to be put in.
Right.
Most of them didn't work. I tried for everyone, like a lot of different
She
things.
tried implementing a whole system where everyone logs their hours, logs their office projects. No one was using it. So poor
And now
thing.
how much to keep saying, like, because it makes more sense if, like, for example, tomorrow somebody doesn't know some few basic ergonomics, we just have a shared folder or you have like a shared CAD system where all sofas are there, multiple beds are there, take it and plug it from there. Multiple shared libraries. Few things like that also didn't work. So ultimately I just collected for myself and kept it.
No, I worked after college and that's where I saw all this,
Yeah.
system, organization, what is a server, all of these things, right?
Yeah.
So that's what I wanted to bring. Partly I have been able to,
Partly
and
no.
slowly it will come.
Yeah.
But I think that's the way to go about it. How did you tackle the senior people who were already there? So how did you tackle your way through, maybe gaining their respect or maybe not being the owner's children when you entered the firm?
No, luckily we've never been that, like, where they're children and so we have
Right.
this entitlement. We were told at the start only, like, you have to also work to be able to get to a certain point and
Right.
address people correctly. So
Yeah, in the beginning we were sat down and told, you're not addressing people correctly. These people have been here for so many years. Like, please call them so and give them the respect. That's
no, but
required.
even at the start when I started working
Mm.
at that point of time, before going to Parsons also, so like earlier, my dad made me sit downstairs in the room and he said, there's like this bar that I want you to design. I'm giving you a basic freehand sketch. From this concept, you take it forward and, figure the design. And once the design is solid, then you come up. So for 2 weeks, I was sitting and making like a proper 1:1 scale model on paper.
Mm.
Then I drafted it. Then I made a 3D model of it. Then he said, okay, now it can be used. Now you come up and sit. So I got that full experience also to have until I went up and then I was allowed to do more things. So
Mine was different because when I joined after having worked for 2 years in my dad's sister's firm.
Yeah.
So in my dad's sister's firm, I would say is where I learned the real like nitty-gritties and to start from the bottom because I was treated as a draftsperson or a photoshopper or like
Which is
doing
good,
the-
right?
Yeah. And then when I actually made the decision to join my parents, it's when I had already got a couple of projects individually to do myself. So when I
Okay.
then joined, it was more about then managing other people and then being able to do my work within this whole sort of system that already exists. So I think it was a little bit different for us.
it was different. And now what she's saying is what I'm kind of doing now because I started doing my own stuff a bit later. I was first just really trying to integrate myself into the company and do the projects which I was given anyway and try to prove something within those. And then later when I was more confident, I did my own after.
that those completing those 2-3 projects would have been a very confidence
Yeah.
building activity for you.
Yeah.
Before
I mean, you don't learn anything till you
Till you do it
basically
yourself.
do it yourself. That's when
Like
you make the
nothing.
most mistakes. I remember there was like a paint texture which I had selected, and on the sample you see this much of it, right? And it was a tiny 300 square feet showroom, which was my first project, and I saw the paint done on the wall, and there were like waves going through it. And I was like, oh my God, I approved a small texture. And before I knew it, I started howling on site. So I was howling. Then the carpenters and painters are staring at me. Then the painters like, don't worry, we'll change the whole thing. And I was like, I didn't even realize like
Because you don't know what to do in that
like the
case.
small decisions that you make can have such a big impact, and then how it actually affects you. Like you can't take it if something that you thought in your head is not come out the way you want it.
And you have a client to respond to. If it goes wrong, it's on you. You
Yeah.
have to figure out what to do and what's
But
the
you
right
learn
thing. Yeah.
through every project you learn.
But yeah,
And
seriously.
10 new things with every project.
Until your first individual thing, you really don't know that much at all.
how many projects have you completed by yourself?
I think I've done around 25 projects myself till now. And
I haven't done 25 myself, but overall I've done like around 15 total completed.
Got it. Let's talk about work personalities. Who is the serious one? Out of all 4 I'm talking about, who's the serious one? Who's the calm one? Who's the one who knows how to scold people, and who's the one who doesn't know how to scold people?
I would say my dad is definitely
Calm.
the calm one.
He's the
You
most
can't-
calm.
He's like unruffled.
yeah,
Anything
can happen. The most stressful presentation, World Architecture Festival, entries are due the next day, 100 things to do, but he will be calm.
He said just be
Like,
calm.
we don't understand how he manages his, people in the office have come to us and said, does he get angry at home? Because we were wondering, where does he like let it out? 'Cause
Let
he
it out.
doesn't let it out here.
So he's calm.
He's calm. My mom is the one who scolds people.
Scolds everyone. Like earlier, she used to scream at people on site if things go wrong. So like you can literally wear earplugs and then go because you know she's yelling and she's pissed.
Right.
Yeah.
And then I don't really know how to scold people. Like I feel really bad if I have to tell a person off. And so I just prefer not to. And I'll say it in the nicest way possible. Or half the time I'm like, okay, forget it. I'll only do it or correct it rather than like tell someone else. So it's something I have to learn.
I have the reverse issue. I could be a bit too blunt or too rude. So I need to learn how to speak in a better manner so that people can get things done and I can convey better.
No, it's very different.
I don't scold.
I'll tell you what. So Tanya, she is like very stubborn mentality wise. So for example, she's selected a few wallpapers to present to a client. She's got 4 options. The client will come. I don't like these 4 options, Tanya. Show me new options, Tanya. I'm like, are you kidding me? How can you roll your eyes? This person is hiring you, trusting you.
I never roll my eyes. I'm just very clear that between these 4 something will
But I
work.
have 4 options. Why can't they select from these 4 options? So in that sense, like,
To be a
and
bit
then my
more
mom and I will show them 100 more options just to make sure that they pick the one that they are happy with.
I feel like you should show in a certain limit. Like if you keep showing, they also keep asking, it never stops.
That's true.
And in my head, obviously, I've got like a certain vision that like, okay, it should be in this, mood. And so based on that, I'm showing you these options. But they don't know that I have that in my head. So that's where the miscommunication sometimes can come.
So basically not exactly like mom. So
No.
if we don't, okay, let's not put boxes on it.
Yeah.
Let's not say who's like that,
Yeah.
who's like mom.
Yeah.
Let's flip the question. What are some of the qualities that you want to take from either mom and dad? After seeing both of them in your professional life also and your personal life also.
So I would love to be able to have my father's ability to manage stress, because I think he just doesn't let anything affect him. He is so strong in his beliefs and his vision system that once he's created a design, he knows that I believe in this 100%. I will not doubt myself. I will not change my vision. Like, I will sell this design.
And if the client comes saying, I don't like it, then, it's up to them. Like, you love it or you hate it.
So I wish I had that quality. For me, I'll second guess myself. I'll like overthink. I'll like stress about 100 things.
I think that experience has kind of built that unshakable confidence also. Man.
Yeah. And he's seen so many things. I would probably take his design skill, not that it's a skill that you can take, but like the creativity, the way he can sketch the entire building in a couple of hours on paper and convey the exact same thing to his team members. And in the same week, you'll have a render with exactly what was in his head, which is a skill. Like it's a talent that none of us have.
Yeah.
She told me a cool thing that he doesn't meet people before
1
noon or 1 o'clock.
It's his sketching time, like his creative
It's
zone.
quite cool.
So he only meets post that time so that he can then discuss mommy nails.
That's one thing I will learn from him now. What about mom?
Mom is very precise, very detail oriented. All her finishing, like she double checks, and sometimes we miss out few details, right? Because we're not fully like experienced as the way she can probably pick out a mistake. So she's very disciplined with that.
So maybe her attention to detail is something that we would want to get from her.
Understood. How is family at home with husbands? Are they in this creative field or no?
So my husband is in a completely different field. He does packaging of FMCG products. So we have no commonalities. But I think that that's nice and refreshing, because when I finish a site, I love when he comes and sees it for the first time and he'll ask me 100 questions as if a child is asking, like, what about
How is this done?
Yeah.
How is this done?
And I just think it's such a breath of fresh air. Even to get an opinion on like 3D views, if I show it to him, I get a very honest, like a response.
And an outsider's point of view, because he doesn't know also.
Yeah. And her husband is...
My husband is very much in the similar field. He basically does interior, exterior, civil contracting. And so he can give detailed feedback, everything. Like he may not give as much feedback in terms of design, but in terms of like what can be done, what can't be done, realistic stuff. Like I get all the comments, and so it's helpful because I get to learn more like realistic details, and he gets to see the creative. I can suggest him more creative things for his projects.
So our conversations back at home similar to what our conversations at work?
Yeah.
They did their house together. So
and this was at the same time that we were planning our wedding.
And she was designing the house and he was
planning the wedding.
Doing the contracting of the house. So
there was a lot of arguments, and for almost 6 years we hadn't argued that much as we did last year. Because I said, like just stay out of it. Either you do it, either I do it, because this is just not gonna happen. Because I also have a very strong, like, I made this render, it needs to be exactly like this, otherwise it's not happening. And so he's just like, no, but I want this. I said, no. I'm doing this. So sometimes it can get a bit this thing, but it's good.
And my husband would say, you finish the house and you tell me when it's done, I'll come and see it.
Two different,
very
different types of people. But you like to not talk shop once you're home.
Yeah. I think the way that you're able to focus at work is if you can focus on the other parts of your life outside work.
Right.
So I think if you give enough importance outside of work to like meeting friends and family, to exercising, to playing a sport, to reading, I think then you give your A game when you're in your office and during the work hours. And sometimes what we don't love about our parents and our whole extended family is that they just talk a lot about architecture, even not at work. And then me and Tanya are just like, can we just stop? Like,
when I was young in car, I used to keep talking about buildings or slowing down the car. Look at this building, look at this building. And I said, please stop it. Let's talk about the trees for the change, come on.
So vacations with husbands would be more of shopping and relaxing and adventure.
I can also keep the distinction very well. Like we discuss it when we have to. We don't go crazy. We can chill very nicely. But my parents...
holidays with them were an architectural tour to that city.
Yeah, the place is decided based on the museum that's there to see,
The buildings that are there to see, so we have to go here.
It's been like that for a while. So now we're just used to it, I guess.
I want to talk about your first projects, Tanya. Who did you feel was the biggest support at that point of time for you to really manage those projects well and grow into what kind of a person you are today? Was it Ayesha who supported the most? Was it mom? Was it dad?
I think for the very, very first ones, my dad gave me a lot of confidence, saying, I'm giving you a full free hand. Now you do whatever and show me. So I got a lot of confidence in terms of how I should design it and present it at the very initial stages. Then when I did my own physical proper project, my mom was the biggest support, because all the realistic things I need to be like, is this the way it's supposed to be? Help me with this. Help me with this. So at that stage, it was her. And then later, we also worked together on multiple things last year. So then she was my support because she's already done so much work. And now I have her to bounce it off as well. So I think each person she's been like detail-oriented along with creativity. So I get then both over here. So I've gotten like different stages of support at different points of the projects. Yeah.
How was it working together?
I think it was the best. Yeah.
Yeah, but the good thing is that like we both trust each other's tastes. So I will trust her to like create designs or to select things that I would be 100% on board with, and I don't need to see it. And she can say the same about me. But being sisters and having argued our whole life about clothes or whatever it is, we argue about the dumbest things. So there's like a pro.
That was
Yeah.
literally my next
But
question.
we didn't
Did you
argue
guys fight?
that much. We about a few things, we
Yeah.
argued. Like I sometimes want to add a bit too many things, and then she's like, no, keep it more muted. It should be a bit more timeless. So I guess those differing opinions will always be there.
So I caught too many things and timeless. Are these your interior design philosophies? Are you more towards maximalism or something like that?
The thing is, I'm still figuring all of that. Like I'm still trying to evolve because I have multiple zones that I can go into, but it depends on the project, depends on the client. But I do like maximalism as a concept, but my own house and at the same time is very minimal. So I can really seesaw between both depending on what I'm designing.
And for me, timelessness, I've grown to learn, is something that I would like to achieve for a client's shell of the space, so that the shell doesn't age. But where you can have fun is with the movable objects. So while you keep the main shell timeless, you enjoy yourself with the furniture and with the art in very interesting ways. So that I like to keep very sort of eclectic and creative
Playful.
and sort of have a good blend between the two. So tomorrow you want to change all of it up, but still have the same shell. It works that way, which is something I've learned over time. I wasn't like this in the beginning. In the beginning, I
It
was
was
like
very different.
100 ideas in one place, like
Right.
mural on this wall, like art on this wall, like custom everything. And then I'd realize that you're making a home for someone, it has to last for
They should not get fed up,
decades.
you know.
And just because I have seen a trend online which I need to get out doesn't mean I use my client to sort of
Yeah.
do that. So now it's taken a while to get here where I've understood where there has to be a good balance between timelessness and creativity.
So again, yeah, experience is what is basically the teacher of A, what your design philosophy is, and B, how to actually react to a client's brief.
Yeah.
Let's talk about this space that we are in. Who designed it? What was the philosophy? Who loves it? Who doesn't love it? Did you source from India? Did you source internationally? I want to know the details.
So this is actually a very special project to me because it was a guest house for our family.
Okay.
I am married into a joint family and we all have homes around the area, and we all wanted a space where we could sort of chill, work, gym, do many different things while also providing a space for if family members come or if guests come, a place where they could stay. So being as this was on the first floor and there's not too much of a view and there's it's more inward, I try to make it more about the warmth of the space. So I use like a limestone flooring, like cherry oak veneer, kept everything super neutral so that anyone who tomorrow lives here should not feel like it's too much of one strong personality. It's just a very neutral space which I think can accommodate whichever one of its users it's inhabiting. We've done a lot of interesting things here. So when you enter the space, actually, there was too little light. So instead of creating a wall, what we did is we created a sandwich partition and worked with an embroidery artist to create a whole panel.
Right.
So light filters in, still looks like art. It does the job. In the gym, what we did is we created a full skylight ceiling, made a whole wooden gym experience, worked with this company called Nod, which has really nice wooden gym equipment. So that was interesting. In the living room, what we did was we created a very nice neutral space, but added pops of color through the art or through the red tiled coffee table. Yeah. Everything was custom. Everything was actually made in India, which is also something that I really liked. The TV unit is such that it's actually hidden behind louvers and then it opens up to reveal
Very cool.
the TV. And then the guest room is also super simple, super minimal. We've got a cozy nook within the window where someone can sit back and read. We've got a luggage rack for people to put their suitcases. So it was all made keeping in mind this sort of use for the space. And I really enjoyed doing it because there was no client telling me what to do and what not to do.
Right.
And also the coffee table is really strong. People have stood up and danced on it. So
Yeah.
No, so when a client is not telling you to rush,
Yeah.
are you actually getting the job quicker or does it take a lot more time?
No, actually, it's very difficult because you're then making all the decisions and you keep second guessing yourself because this is a place for you. You have to be 100% sure. So it does actually take a bit longer. Whereas if a client is telling me like, hurry up and send everything, I'm quicker with making decisions. So it's the opposite. Yeah.
Mine is the flip. If someone's telling me, like, not putting any pressure, do what you want, do what you want and give it. I think I'll do my best then because I have no pressure and like what I'm imagining I'll give to you, then you just agree and then I'll do it.
Yeah, no, I need pressure to
So,
function.
I can't work under pressure.
Okay, you tell me which is your favorite place in this space that Aisha's doing.
I like the nook inside the guest bedroom where you can just lay down because it's a very cozy area. It's got 2 shelving units on either side. It's got like these nice cozy blinds and the whole like mattress over there is also super soft. So I like that the most.
Let's talk about the future. SPA, I feel, is a personality oriented firm. So it's Sanjay Puri Architects. I feel that when you're in a service industry, and especially when the firm has your name, that brings a lot of pressure on the founder and their family to think about the legacy.
Yeah.
How are you guys talking about it? What is in both of your heads to kind of channel his legacy ahead with you? How is the firm thinking, or how is he thinking you wanna take this firm in the future?
So I think what you've said is actually one of our biggest challenges because the firm is so well known for the type of unique architecture that it creates. And a lot of that has to do with my dad's personal vision. He still works on every single design personally till now.
Yeah.
So I think what we're trying to change is to just diversify the way in which people look at the firm, where it's not just this is what I'm going to get, but also that there are 3 other people, 3 other designers who are contributing different things to the firm. If I want something which is futuristic, colorful, like I would like for them to approach me, or I want something that's sustainable, I would like for them to approach Tanya. Or
And diversify.
we're trying to diversify it. But that being said, because our USP is still very much to do with his sort of creations, we have been trying to nudge him to
think of an approach.
to build a system or to create a sort of way in which we would be able to learn from him and then to take inspiration from what he's done and then see if we can maybe approach it in a similar or in a redefined way of what already exists. But that is something that we are actually, it's probably our biggest challenge, and we are going to really have to sort of work on that in the future.
Because everything he personally overlooks, he personally sketches each thing. So if we could just pluck a bit of that or like add our own something with a little bit of what he's already taught us, and kind of streamline that into a new scheme of design, that's something we have to think about and discuss.
I keep telling myself I need to start taking up architectural projects.
Right.
And I just haven't been strong enough or bold enough to take that plunge yet.
Because she's a qualified architect.
Sorry to cut you. Because the firm is
primarily architecture.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So out of 200 current projects, it's something like 170 are pure architecture projects.
Yeah, it's architecture is like 80% of the firm that we have.
So an eventual goal or desire is to finally be able to practice what I've learned, but it hasn't happened yet.
Just a thought that came in my head. Have you ever wondered about starting a different company or having the both of you under a different brand name, which is not that architectural related and more towards interior design ever?
I have thought about it in my head.
Really?
Personally, I've discussed it once with my dad, like supposing like we diversify into something new, like for example, SPA Studio, which is just me and her. It doesn't have to be architecture. It can be overall design, updated products, your full interior, items, like it can be multiple more things. So the bandwidth that you can design is a lot more than what we're currently doing as well.
I feel a lot of people have done that.
Yeah. There's a lot of brands who are doing that.
Right. A lot of people have done that. In my head, the example for now is Sarah Sham from Isaji's.
Yeah.
She wanted to retain her father's legacy.
Yeah.
So she still has the Isaji's word in her brand name. And then it became Atelier. So that's basically defining her. So just a thought that came.
It is a possibility and we can do it very well.
What about you? Would you ever think of doing your own product design vertical under a different brand name or?
Not really. I feel that so there are two aspects of it. One is that when my parents started this firm, they never really put a lot of them on the page.
Yeah.
They did not promote themselves a lot. They promoted the brand.
Right.
And secondly, slowly and slowly, we have realized that um, we are better tuned for being a product company rather than a service oriented company. So we are branching out into becoming a company which offers bespoke products. It could be furniture, it
Yeah.
could be art, it could be maybe light in the future.
Yeah.
But we are a mix of design minds who thinks about products rather than services. I, on the other hand, am not directly a part of the design team. I look at a lot of back-end stuff. I look at a lot of operations which are not design related. There's front-end stuff also,
Yeah.
marketing, but I'm not very. So that's what I'm saying. I did product design.
Right,
I'm not
yeah.
very keen on looking at it from a design point of view rather than a manufacturing point of view. So the course that I did, product design, I felt gave me more insight towards the back end stuff
Okay.
rather than the
Front
front
end.
end stuff.
Hmm.
So I have a debate to pick with you, Tanya. There's this word called sustainability, which is being thrown around in our generation many a times because it being the need of the hour. And I think it's not, I don't understand it very well. When you talk about building, we're in this industry of creative people building. What do you feel is sustainability?
So what I feel is sustainability is that your entire house is made with a low carbon footprint. It's made in a manner where the entire thing is kind of maybe passive. You have a low dependence on air conditioning. Your walls possibly can breathe. You have lesser items, like you have maybe lesser carpentry or something in the house where like you have solar panels, you have a rainwater harvesting system. Like you're basically a self-supporting unit on your own. You probably have land around you that kind of you can grow your own stuff on the land. So around your house, you can just be completely on your own and you won't need anything else. And the way you've made the house is by taking things from 3 to 4 kilometers away. So your logistical bandwidth of materials also that you've put into the house is lesser. So the impact by default is lesser on the entire ecosystem around the house. So it's not very easy to explain in that sense, but I think it should just be a self-supporting unit made using the most menial things that you can get around you. Like a village is sustainable,
Yeah.
but like a village, a modern version.
If we talk about products which are inside the residence, these days there are fabrics which contain polymers.
Yeah.
There are pigments which are colors and stains on wooden surfaces, veneers, which have polymers. There is a lot of plastic being used in everyday products. Even your Wi-Fi router
Yeah.
will be made of
Hmm.
80% of plastic, 70% of plastic. If you are importing furniture,
It's even more.
that's not that's sustainable, right? And after it being imported, when people have repair issues and all of that, then
It's
it gets
not
sent
feasible.
back and then it comes
Yeah.
back, which is not sustainable. So I understand where you're coming from, but I feel that any kind of building or any kind of building cannot be completely sustainable, can it?
I would not say 100%, but I would definitely say 95% you can be. For example, if you look at some of Vinu Daniel's work,
Okay.
an architect of wall makers, all of his work is done, like, for example, he's taken the timber from the tree in the same plot. He's made his furniture with that timber. The entire flooring is basically like a clay pot flooring, which they've taken from the local sand over there. So just these few things, like you use lime plaster, the traditional arranged lime plaster, which is breathable on the wall. Probably maybe your rammed earth walls, for example, have a 5% cement for structure, but it's better than having a completely 100% cement based structure. So maybe a modern house in an apartment in today, in Bombay especially, is
That difficult.
completely different on the sustainability scale. And the worst thing is that clients don't really care about it. Like, that's the one thing. So they just think it's like, oh, why would I like have these like hut kind of materials? I don't want to use these kind of things that are so raw. It doesn't look finished. It doesn't look plush. I think that's the mentality that they have.
It's very consumerism.
Yeah, it's very consumer based. And the closest thing we can do is at least try to say, okay, get your stuff from Indian brands. You know, try like these few things. But even that is a part of sustainability, but it's not seen as that from a client's point of view. So it's a different whole battle when you're actually doing it for work.
Because even in college, there were projects where we had to show some kind of sustainability factors in our products. But when it comes to practicality, and since I've joined, it's very difficult to really cater to sustainability on a full-fledged manner.
Yeah.
It's easy to say that, okay, sustainability is the need of the hour and everyone should do something about it, but are we really doing it?
There are ways to do it in small manners, but it has to then be done properly. It can't be like half-heartedly done and then half the thing is not proper and then half the thing is done. So like, for example, many companies are using reclaimed teak to do their the entire furniture and carpentry. But then reclaimed teak, you can't polish it to a certain kind of color that you want. You take it as it is, build it with that, and then keep it. There's some drawbacks that come with that as well. So I think that just has to be, the person has to be okay having that imperfection with them. Only then it works.
Are there projects that SP is working which are in places in India where this can really be applied?
We do have some projects in Gujarat where we're actually working with a company who's helping us do rammed earth walls. We've done like soil testing in the area. So we're making compressed earth blocks from that soil. We're working with a lot of terracotta jhalis in Raipur. In a lot of places in Rajasthan, we're working with natural ventilation with using matkas in the ceilings for passive cooling. So in few of these aspects, we are doing it. But I have not personally worked on something which is fully done as per sustainability standards and which I could live in.
Another cool thing about what's coming is AI.
Yeah.
And AI is something that I have started to use, not recently, about a year and a half back. I've used it to generate images. I've used it to generate videos. I've used it to give me systems for enhancing my operational efficiency. But I'm still learning how to make my life very system oriented with AI. Are you guys using AI these days?
Yeah. So for example, say we have a project which is a pop-up space or a very conceptual, futuristic space. And we want to test out 20 different options in a short time frame. It's very difficult and time consuming to be able to start 3D modeling those things, right? So in order to quickly expedite that process and to give us a good visualization tool, we use AI when it comes to those kind of things. So we use Discord and Midjourney, and we'll test out all these different ideas and then actually present it to the client and say, if this is an approach you would like to take forward, then we start looking at how we can model it ourselves into our project. But I think it's a very useful tool when it comes to creating spaces that don't exist already or that we haven't done before. It's very, very useful, even with products. We tried the other day creating a lamp and we wanted it to look like molten metal. And we were like, how do we show this? So it was so easy to just put a command on Discord and then sort of have like
Yeah.
5 options generated and then say, okay, this is the direction we would like to go in, and then give it to the modeling team. So it really helps us in that initial process of conceptualization.
I think there's still a long way to go when
Yeah.
when we talk about it being able to do drawings or layouts or
Yeah, we're not using
in
it.
the exact way that we
Yeah.
want it to be. You know, it can give you a random layout, it
Yeah.
can give you a random
Yeah.
drawing, but even renders, it can give you
Yeah.
random
Yeah.
renders, but for it
Yeah.
to be exactly as per our
That
specs,
will take time.
हाँ,
It will take
That will
time.
take
And
time.
also, I think at the end of the day, a lot of design comes from human interaction. So it's a lot to do with when we see our clients, we understand the way a certain material or a certain design makes them feel. And I think to be able to put that or to translate that into a design really requires your human input versus relying on a computer for it. So while it can get some basic work done, I think for now, at least, we humans are needed to be able to make it perfect for the client.
But I definitely think we have to be in tandem with it and keep using it more and more
yeah,
in better manners. Otherwise, you're not going to grow as a
right,
business.
Yeah.
right.
It's not possible. One time we had a client who didn't like any dining tables. I made 45 dining tables on AI, and finally one of those got approved. So sometimes it helps in those manners, but there's also a new plugin where you can just take a picture of your bare site and ask them to give you 3 options in for example, like a French Art Deco style, and it'll give you some basic things. If you don't have an idea and you want to just get some inspiration, it can be a factor for that as well.
So as of now, it's basically helping you guys more in terms of
Creating,
ideating
Yeah.
rather than actually
Yeah.
doing the
Yeah,
task
yeah.
completely
Yeah.
for you. So it's
More
not
ideation than execution.
than
Yeah,
execution.
exactly. And may not even give you what you want. You just have to give a good prompt. Like we've just created jewelry also on it last year.
Yeah.
A lot of clothes, like random things, like a lot of
Her wedding was last year, so we created 100.
like so many different jewelry pieces. Took that to a jewelry designer. Said, "Can you get this made? What the costing of this would be?" So really, you can go crazy with it.
Would you actually want to explore different types of design moving forward? Maybe step into product design or graphic.
I feel like as a occupational hazard, we anyway do it a lot. So, for example, if there's an event at home, I love designing the table decor. I love working with like florists to create like floral sculptures. I love we've done like custom tablecloths where we've got our painters to paint murals on the tablecloth and then create a whole table which look like the ocean. So I think anyway, because we're creative professionals, we do a lot of this kind of stuff. Like I design a lot of my clothes myself.
Yeah.
I design a lot of my jewelry myself. So it anyway happens. I don't think I ever want to do this professionally.
Professionally, yeah.
But I think I love doing it for myself.
I wouldn't mind doing it with maybe alternative materials that are very different, because then the product becomes very unique, because it's like a statement thing then.
No, I'm hinting that this material exploration is your
Yeah, I don't mind. I would
yeah.
probably try. Yeah, at some point.
Finally, I would want to ask you, as young designers, fairly young designers, how do you think the architecture and interior design business in India will unfold? How do you think people are getting better suited for doing better homes? Maybe our generation who has studied abroad wants to get in more ideas from international firms. Do you feel it's a bright future ahead? It's not a bright future ahead. Just your thoughts on what's coming.
I think it's very hard to say, because with this rapidly changing environment, whether it's the changes in social media or it's the changes and developments in AI, there's so many new things to deal with and combat on a weekly basis that it's very uncertain what the next 5 years are going to look like. But that being said, also there's a lot of potential that comes with all this new development, because, for example, now there's scope for so many different people in the industry that wasn't there years ago. You can hire someone to literally organize your kitchen. You can hire someone to just curate your art. And these things weren't treated as separate things before. But I think because of so much exposure now to social media, people can put their skills out there no matter how niche they are. And so I think it's a very interesting future that we're going to see ahead, because it's just going to be a future of immense collaboration because there's going to be so many creative professionals offering so many different types of things that you can bring to a project. And where once it was the role of a designer to do everything from the art to the styling to the interior design, now there's so much scope for collaborating across different verticals and bringing in so many fresh ideas that I feel like the possibilities are endless.
So it's basically decentralized.
Yeah.
Right.
At a time where people had to do all of this together,
Yeah.
now you have people who are getting their expertise in one of
Yeah.
these
Yeah.
areas, and then you guys collaborate.
And even in architecture, there's so much 3D printing going on in different areas. In Italy, they were doing a lot of 3D printing. So I think different technologies are also coming in, like you said, with AI. And people are willing to experiment a bit more if they can, to try out new materials, to do testing first and see if something is okay, something is not. So I think it will be a good future. Yeah.
A good future.
Thank you guys. I have really enjoyed this conversation. But from a more serious conversation, let's jump into a fun one before we end this podcast. Um, I have a game which is called Who Knows Who Better.
Hmm.
So you'll be given something to write on,
Okay.
and I'll be asking you questions, and you are answering on behalf of the other person.
Okay.
We have to answer as if I was her.
I'm-
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
So you have to answer how Tanya is going to answer, and you have to answer how Aisha is going to answer. And at the end of the game, we'll realize who knows their
Knows the other
sibling
better.
better. Right?
Okay.
So you guys have your pens and your boards in your hand. I'm going to throw questions at you, and you're going to answer on behalf of each other. So the first one is your siblings' go-to comfort food. Hide your boards.
Shall I show you?
No.
Okay.
So you say what's your favorite food, comfort food?
Like, I'll give my answer.
Yeah.
Aloo bhujia.
She got it right. She got it right. Okay, what's hers?
Oh my god. I have a lot.
There's one main.
Khichdi? Like sabudana?
No, I'm not.
Oh, I was gonna say Coke and pizza next.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, Coke and pizza.
Pretty
Coke and
close.
pizza.
Pretty
Yeah.
close. Okay, fine.
Yeah.
The second one is your siblings' favorite time of day. There's a lot to write about. Okay, Tanya goes first.
So I would say midnight because I usually snack and stuff at that point of time.
Okay, great.
And for Aisha,
I would say sunset, like evening.
Yeah, both of you got it right. Both of you got it right. Great. So the next question is your siblings' dream vacation destination.
He's got a lot. So,
What's yours? Acha, theek hai, okay.
For her.
for mine, I'd say like a beach vacation.
Oh my god, I love it. Okay.
For hers,
I would say skiing.
yeah, shopping, skiing, relaxed.
That's right. I'll count that.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, shopping and skiing.
I'll count that. Great.
Don't
I love how it's turning out to be. Let's
show it before I say it. I have to say
Yeah.
it.
Okay, fine.
Yeah. So let us say it first, then you can show it. Anyways, it's still going great. The next one is your siblings' favorite interior design style.
I mean,
He's spoken about it.
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
spoken about it, but
Yeah.
favorite could be
I hope.
Okay.
okay.
Mine,
Sorry.
I don't know if it's like a style, but like more like chic, colorful, eclectic thing.
Okay, I was wrong because I don't rustic, organic, sustainable.
That's a different style, but that's also one style.
And what is it?
For me, I would say like modern, colorful.
I don't
Yeah,
know,
modern.
mid-century
Mid-century
modern.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's my dream low-key
With like
style for
pops of
myself.
color.
But no client has given me this.
So Tanya's closer in this
Yeah,
time.
actually,
Yeah,
yeah.
closer.
That's, yeah.
Great. Your siblings' favorite dessert.
Dessert. Oh, okay. One sec.
Yeah, so you written the same thing. Why did you raise it?
No, I wrote.
I
missed a
didn't go
letter.
options.
Okay.
She used to like one, but I think she currently likes another.
For me, I think tiramisu or creme brulee.
You got it right?
I wrote tiramisu
Okay,
and
ठीक है,
rasmalai.
you win.
Yeah, I like rasmalai also.
You win.
Say yours.
Ice cream.
Which one?
Usually mint or sorbets. Both.
Be specific. Which
Mint
type?
ice cream. I mean, mint gelato, yeah.
All points to both of you. This one is
Not
also a
bad.
very nice one. Your siblings' guilty pleasure TV show.
This is tough. I think there's one.
Yours are so funny if I like them.
It's fine, write it. But there's like one option out of there could be multiple.
ठीक है.
Yeah, I think I'll stick to this.
Okay.
Comfort TV show. Comfort TV
Yeah,
show.
मतलब guilty pleasure or comfort, whatever. But
Okay. For me, mine is I think Friends or Gilmore Girls.
did you write that? Gilmore Girls. Got it.
And I also wrote OC because she used to love
Yeah,
that when she was young.
She's Orange County.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. For
Yours is?
yours?
I have like sometimes I watch like Spritzvilla. I used to.
Okay.
Then Gossip Girl.
Okay,
Like
I've
big
done
things.
like Love is Blind and like
yeah, but
the
those
reality.
also. That also works. Too Hot to Handle.
She
I
loves like trashy reality TV.
You win this. You being humble about it. You win this one. Okay, we have the last two.
Okay.
One word the other overuses.
Mm.
One word your sibling overuses.
I need to think about our conversations.
She's got it.
Maybe. It could be completely wrong as well.
Anything,
I really can't think of a word that Tanya overuses.
it could be some Bombay slang or something like that.
Let's see.
Okay. You hide it.
I'm myself trying to think of the word that I overuse. I'm not sure if I have an answer only. Just like, what the fuck?
No, she used something
No.
else.
No, I wrote bro. Because the whole time you and Abhi are like bro.
He says that more than I do, but for
What's yours?
Mine might be like, oh my god. Oh, ridiculous.
Ridiculous.
oh my god, that's so ridiculous. All the time, every day.
So she wins this one?
Yeah, I win. I think I win the whole.
Okay, last one. Idea of a perfect day off.
Perfect day off.
So what's your siblings' idea of a perfect day off? What do they want to do on a day off which is like their perfect day
But it
off?
has to be in Bombay. Right?
But
Okay, it has to be in Bombay. ठीक है,
Because then
She
going on
wants to be
holiday is too
specific.
extreme. Yeah.
ठीक है, she wants to be specific. So it has to be in Bombay. It has to be in Bombay.
Okay.
You got it?
oh, sorry, 1 second. Wait, no, 1 second. Wait, 1 second.
Harder now.
That could be wrong.
Answer
First
yours
mistake.
for yourself.
Just swing around, swing.
Swing. What do you mean?
Swing.
Like swing on a hammock or just like, that's like not do anything at all, really.
No, but it could be like relaxing. So it's like chilling. It's like relaxing.
Like swinging in a garden for a bit.
Sitting in, so
Yeah.
that's what she
Okay,
means.
no, I
Sitting
was
in a
wrong
garden.
because I would sleep in TV for you.
Yeah.
I don't.
I don't know, she had to say. Is that it?
No, I would say like maybe more like badminton and chill.
Like an activity and
Like
chill.
a- yeah,
So I think
like a
that
Okay.
the Pilates
yeah,
comes
and
as an
read.
activity.
Sport and read would be my ideal day off.
So the conclusion of this game is you guys know each other halfway there.
Yeah.
Exactly how it should be. Exactly how it should be. Thank you so much, guys, for being a part of this. More than a serious conversation, I've had. I feel I've had a more fun conversation, and I've learned more about both of you. I've learned about how you have thought about growth in your life. I really enjoyed. Thank you so much for being a part of this. And as a memento, I have something that I want to give both of you. So this is
cute.
for
Listens.
each one of you.
Thank you. You design it?
Yeah, the team designed it.
Thank you.
Oh, this is for me. This is where you sign this.
Joint one? We'll have a joint one from
Yeah, you can do joint one.
Her handwriting is much better for these sleeves. Mine is pretty illegible.
Thank you so much.